Right, spending some more time outside exploring the back streets of CBD Adelaide, seeing what other cool things I can find. I know of one space I'm going to take you to and show you, but that's coming up. I'll leave that one to the end. Till then, let's see what we can find. Been down these streets before. One of my favourite things about it is the rust on one of these buildings, where it's brick and then they've just put corrugated iron and it's rusted through. It looks quite cool. Take a look. So, crikey! Lovely. Steve Irwin self-portrait here. Love it, love the graffiti, love the colours. Enjoying this immensely. Keep following. So, we're at the place I wanted to show you. It's called The Joinery, but what they've also got is a car share. Not just a normal car share, it's a completely electronic car share, completely free to charge and to fuel. Not free to use, just free to charge. What they do is they've got solar panels on the roof of this building here, and that feeds into a solar inverter now, which then feeds into a battery, and that battery is used to charge the electric car. And you can use the car just like any other rideshare app or car share app, and yeah, drive it around, go from there, use it for what you want, return it. As long as you treat it with respect, like you should treat all things anyway, especially when there's someone else's, then yeah, you can use it. It's fantastic. All green. Go SA. I've had a fun time exploring, seeing Steve Irwin graffiti and what I thought was Leia at first. I enjoyed those. They're nice and bright, colourful pieces, but this place here, The Joinery, it's called, and it's a community garden slash better living place. And what this place used to be is this used to be the old bus terminal. So you'd come here if you were catching a bus to Victoria, to Sydney or somewhere like that. You'd catch the bus from here. So the other side has got big bus bays and undercovered area. They decommissioned this place from being a bus stop, being a bus terminal a few years ago, and built a new one just next door. The new one is all undercover, all nice and shiny and bright. I'll show you some shots of what that looks like as well. This one has been reclaimed by it's basically an office space for small community-based businesses. They've got the solar-powered car share thing going on, which is pretty cool. They used to have chickens. Well, they used to have chickens in here. I don't know what happened to them. I hope they're still alive. I hope they're still alive. I hope they haven't been eaten. I don't think they have been. I'm sure there'll be chickens here again. But just the community garden. They got a few wicking beds as well, and some community gardens, as I said. A few herbs and spices and that sort of thing growing here. It's wonderful. This thing, community garden, community area, sitting in the middle of the CBD of Adelaide. It's quite wonderful. I come here quite often and just sit here, watch the world go by and have my lunch. It's quite humbling, I guess, for lack of a better word. There is a lot of hate at the moment, and what Australia is going through at the moment is we've got the big debate on changing the date of Australia Day. Australia Day is held on January 26th. The reason it's held then is because that was the date of the first British settlers coming to Australia to set up the penal colony. Interesting factoid, it wasn't until 1994 that all of Australia celebrated Australia Day on the same date. There are two sides to this argument. The first one is that January 26th hurts Aboriginal people. I believe some people would be deeply offended by having Australia Day on that particular date. The flip side of that is that it's celebrating what Australia is, bringing together all the different nationalities and the different races to celebrate the new Australia. Australia Day hasn't always been January 26th. It used to be in July. In fact, there was a big hoo-ha about changing Australia Day to January 26th because it was also the date of a big uprising in Australia, the only big uprising in Australia. January 26th, 1808, in Australia was the Rum Rebellion, and it was a successful armed overthrow of the government at the time. My question is quite simply, for those that don't want to change the date or think it's offensive, what is Australia Day about? What is it you are celebrating on Australia Day? If it is the fact of Australia coming together and being a multicultural nation, celebrating all races, sexes, religions, and embracing the new way forward, that's fantastic. But that can be done any day. Literally any other day of the year would serve the exact same purpose. You could celebrate the exact same thing in the exact same way for those that do want to change it. Why? I'm not saying we need to, I'm not saying we don't need to, I'm not saying we need to keep it as it is. All I'm saying is bloody well have a think about it and be open to the idea. Consider it from all points of views. Don't just sit down and say, no, it's always been on this date. It hasn't. Look, if I was having a party, even if I was having a birthday party for myself, and I invited my mate, and my mate said to me, I would love to come, but my dad was actually killed on that date. What does that friend mean to me? What does his friendship mean to me? How much do I respect him? These are things that would be going through my head. These are things that I would take into consideration, and I would look at changing the date of my party. It all comes down to how much do I respect my friend, how much do I value his friendship. Whatever date Australia Day is on, it will still be Australia Day. It will still be about Australia. The date doesn't matter, the meaning behind it does. Now hopefully fingers crossed you're still with me up until this point. Please subscribe. If you enjoy this particular video, like it. If you like this and you want your friends to see, share. Sharing is the only way this will get out there. It's not going to happen any other way. So please, like and share. If there is anything in particular you want me to have a look at around Adelaide, let me know. Add a comment, let me know where it is and I'll explore it.